All right, guys, Honey Hefe here. This is the part 2 of the cow pasture, and I'm just going to kind of leave it focused there a minute. I'm going to grab some supers. Let me see how we were looking here. I want to back that up a little bit. All right. I don't know how many frames I have out here. I know I got some that are been cleaned out by the bees and been sitting over there for a while. I may just use those to fulfill the needs for today. Pray that they're okay to use. They've been out here for a while. I'm grabbing some honey supers. How many did I say that I brought out here? I said I brought 5 total. I think I should have 4 more. Actually, I got supers. I only have enough frames in here for 3. All right. I just realized I don't have my gloves. Just kind of winging things like normal. I think I'd have a box with some frames. Let me grab my gloves. Someone. Where are my gloves? No, I want my, they're over here. I want my favorite. All right. I'm gonna bring an empty box super out here to have. Kind of clear out my driveway. I got a lot of people in the neighborhood that don't like bees. They don't like the thought of looking at things that remind them of things they don't like. I'm gonna leave this guy alone for now. Let me focus on the supers first. Although I should use those hives. I got my queens right there, over there in the shade by those boxes. I could bank them out here, but this is a little bit far for me to drive. I think this guy needs a box. Second box. I think this guy needs a box. Don't know about these guys. They don't look too crowded. These guys. So I'm trying to see. I got some tops. I had a swarm out here. Remember that? This guy looks like they could use. Oh yeah. Yeah. Lots of bees. I'm just going to put a second box on top of them. Let me see if you can. What you can see. All right. So this is a little bit lower down because of the stand. So there's a lot of bees right there. This might have been the one that swarmed that I caught the other day over there on that cart. It's been laying there for a few years. I actually couldn't prepare it today, but I got too much to do. A lot of white comb at the very top. Ton of bees on here on the side. Ton of bees over here, ton of bees in the front. I'm sure if I look underneath, there's bees there. I'm just going to add another box of let me find a box that has all right. This is 10 frames. Some of these have comb in there. I'm going to take them out because I've got some foundation in these boxes here that need to be combed because of the spacing. All right, so foundation, a little bit of comb. So this is what I'm talking about. Check your storage, like the way you store it. Because I could have easily just grabbed this one. It's got 9 frames, but there's like 3 or 4 of them here that are just foundation. And that wouldn't do well. Same here. I got several here that are all right. We'll throw those down there. All right, 10 frames. All right, get up here and make some honey, guys. Of course, that means I got a challenge over here because I got frames that foundation here that I just took off. Let me scrape off this dead bee here. All right, it gives those guys a little more space. I'm gonna check one of the ones that just doesn't have any supers. Like a lot of bees. They're all right here, but I'm gonna look down in there, make sure I've got brood. If I got brood, I'm gonna go ahead and add a super. A lot of honey over here. I'll pull that to the end. A lot of honey. I kind of start going down, making a smell check. Do I smell anything rotten? A lot of honey. A lot of brood right here. Okay. I'm gonna make sure there's no brood here. I'm gonna put this frame, a foundation with this little bit of comb right next to the brood. Before I do that, I'm gonna make some space. I'm gonna check this frame on the outside here. Okay, a lot of honey. Looks like a strong brood pattern right here. Alrighty. So this is foundation. This is foundation with a little bit of comb. There's brood right here. I'm gonna put that foundation with the comb on it right up against it. Kind of force those bees to build comb. There's a lot of honey here, here, and here. I'm fixing to give them a super. Let's see. Okay. This one doesn't have, but just like a barely little bit of. All right. Let me find. All right. So this is part of the challenge here. So a little bit of comb on both sides. Same. This one here on the end, a little bit of comb here on the inside, nothing on the outside, it's just foundation. This all looks pretty good, actually. Just that box there is going to be somewhat of a challenge. Let me scrape this off here. That's one of my concerns about having to put bees somewhere. If you don't own the land, you make the landowner mad. I mean, legally, I don't think they can just, it depends if you have a contract. I don't have contracts. But if they decided to sell it and the new buyer decides they don't want you on there, or the new owner, I mean, I don't know if they can legally just tell you to take it off by midnight or anything like that, but not everybody does things legally, right? They can come over there and say, well, I gave you 24 hours. For whatever reason, I'm allergic to bees. So that's one reason I don't like having an apiary. Act like this is why I don't have an apiary of 40 hives. I don't have an apiary of 40 hives because it's not easy to do. It's hard to grow hives. I'm getting better every year, but one reason I like to limit it to 20 is if they said, hey, we don't want them on here. Matter of fact, we're getting rid of them for you. You've been on vacation. We understand, but it's been too long. I mean, you're at a loss. So I like a lot of my apiaries to be 5 or 10 hives at the most, especially when you're established in a new place. I used to start it off with just 2. Well, that's hard to do. Okay, this right here does not look like a good hive. Oh, let's see. Depending on what I find down there, it could just be a dead out and there's the bees in here just whatever. I got my queens right here behind me. I'll make sure I don't step on them. Right here. What I'm not going to do, I'm not going to just put a queen in here without checking things out. I was looking to see if I can put my last super on here. If this is a dead out and the bees are just in here, they look kind of clustered over there though. But if they're just in here like robbing, and there's, I just got stung. There's a bunch of, oh, there's a weak spot right there on my knuckle. Ah, yeah, that feels terrible. If the population is just down and I may put a queen in here. There's pollen coming in. There's some brood. There's a queen cup. All right, let me see if I can find the queen. This might have a weak queen. Yeah, there's a larva in here. Quite a bit of larva. Poor performing queen. Yeah, that sting right there just hurt. Right there on my knuckle. My ring finger. That's why I didn't wear. I had to get a new band. You get stung a couple of times on that ring finger and it swells up. It hurts. You gotta get that ring off in a hurry. I have one of those silicone ones now that I wear. The other one I had was tungsten. I actually got too fat. I couldn't wear it. It was too painful. As your fingers get bigger, right? When you get fatter. But I'm gonna find that queen, I'm gonna kill her, or I'm not gonna find the queen. Either way, these guys are getting the queen. I'm not giving up on them. She's not doing very well. And I'm getting rid of all this trash right here. talk about like old frames. Make sure she's not against the wall. Yeah, I got brood there. Not much, just terrible brood pattern. This is probably an old queen or a terrible queen or a very ugly queen. This might have been the one that swarmed. It was one of these. These guys aren't getting a super for sure, but they're going to get the queen. I didn't go buy a bunch of queens. For no reason. I'm using them. Last year I just kept breaking these suckers down. The population is definitely down in these on these frames, but looking for queen cups too. Although like that box felt a little bit heavy. These are amazing creatures. They don't really fully want to cooperate with you though. Alright. Make sure I don't have any brood on this one here. I do got brood over here. Alright, so I gotta slide everything down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 of them. Actually, there's 9. 10. All right, I see now. Yeah. Let me grab a queen. Wish I could show you. Trust me, I got a queen in here. Matter of fact, I want to get this queen that is proven to be a winner in another hive. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Where did that frame come from? Goodness. Any queen cups? Let me make sure I'm not checking for queen cups. I need to be checking for queen cups. Alright, I don't see any. I'm sliding this guy down here. how it look. So, a lot of places to lay. Not a lot of population up here. There's a lot of honey. Oh, there's some brood right here. Okay. I got a little excited. 1976, this frame. I'm sure it's seen quite a few bees. Okay. I don't see the queen though. I need to find the queen. I want to kill her. There's a queen cup. Alright, slide you back over. So, that queen gets out. She ain't messing around. I feel sorry for the one that tries to stop her, but yep, hold on. There she is. This is our queen right here. I see her. I'm killing her right there. She's not dead. She just got her gut spitting out. All right. You gotta kill her or they'll crawl away. So, this is definitely a weak queen. Terrible queen. She was pretty though. I mean, she's pretty, but this one we're replacing her with, she's not messing around. Boudreaux, she's gonna make some bees, and them bees are gonna make some honey. This is not a Caucasian queen. Matter of fact, I think she probably, good chance she's got some Saskatraz in her, because those two hives that I like so much that has such beautiful queens, not like this one and the other one that I couldn't find the queen last time. The whole Elm Grove apiary started out with Saskatraz hives, and I had like 5 of them out there. And through the years, I've added some more, but I always added them on the other end that they weren't Saskatraz. But 2 of them always seem to survive despite what I did. And yeah, there's no guarantee. I mean, obviously, they probably requeen themselves and all that over the years. But like I said, at one point I had like 5 Saskatraz hives. And I would add more Saskatraz hives, but also other hives from different local bee guys. All right, a lot of places to lay. This is the dead queen I'm grabbing. And I'm going to mash her onto here. Like my mashing abilities, I should just use my thumbs, I guess. I don't know. Problem is I'm mashing other bees with it. The trick is to get their scent, the old queen's scent, all right here in front of the new queen, and let them figure it out. Candy side facing down. All right. So there's tape right here. I hope this phone is recording this. CQ 5 17 25. I'm gonna put an arrow pointing way over there. All right. I'm gonna learn how to do queens one day, to make and graft, but I want to do friendly bees that have a long reputation of being friendly. I know Louisiana's got these pole lines or these other hybrids from down south. I'm not opposed to those, but I kind of want to stick to just something that's been, I don't even know if Caucasian is a hybrid of something. I mean, I've read it. You got Caucasians, you got Carnelians, which I think Carnelians are a hybrid of Italians and Caucasians, but I don't know for sure. But my most important thing, there's going to be honey production. I want temperament. It's like a lot of bees on top, like a lot of $1976. Yeah, they're going to get honey. Well, let me look at this one out here. Yeah, they're going to get a honey super. Did I use all my honey supers? No, I didn't use all my honey. Did I use all my honey supers? Are you kidding me? Put a second one there. Is my mind leaving me? Oh, here's a honey super. Okay. Good grief. All right, so these don't have much in terms of, what the heck? Oh, that's a cicada wasp killer, maybe? I don't know. It looks, they look terrible. That's not a hornet by any means, but maybe it is. Crap, I don't know. It's got a, I want to stay away from it. I think that's important. Okay, so the ones that got a lot of comb here on this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 8 frames spacer, so they are not likely to do anything with the ones that got foundation. That just foundation. But I want to try because I don't have any extra ones here. A little bit of comb, like a little scant. Maybe that'll encourage them to come up here and draw some out. Just never know. But if anything, it'll give them some room to expand their membership here. You know, if I didn't have these queens today, I probably would be done by now. Like I would just be, I gotta get, but I told the family it just kind of came in that these queens are expensive. You only have a limited amount of time to do something with them to keep them from dying or just being useless. All right, able to use them there. That's great. This is one of those boxes that all right, let me find some frames. There's a moth. I may not be able to do anything with these suckers. All right, definitely not using that. That's just nothing but nastiness and drone. I'll throw it down on the ground just to kind of make a point to cockroaches. These have been here for a while. The bees have taken their resources, and this might be okay to use. Let me throw it right there. That landed on a top. This looks like water. I mean, you can do some amazing things with some of these frames. I kind of leave them out so like and exposed. Even though I haven't treated these are just ones that are out here in the field that I just couldn't drag home. Bumblebee. Moths don't like to go where there's light and air. And so if you have it staggered kind of like this, they're less likely to come in. And then of course the ants can kind of clean stuff out too. All right. So and you can, I'm looking for like active larvae. If you got a strong hive, I mean, you can put a bunch of wax moths damaged. That's just going to be a bunch of drones. Look how white, like that's just a big, no, I'm not doing that. So I can see evidence of where wax moths were. There goes a moth. Actually, I was looking right at him, thought he was dead. He wasn't dead. But I don't see the slime out. It's just hard for them to really thrive when they're out in the open like this. I say out in the open, I mean they're not enclosed tight like in your hive. And so let me look at this hive here. See if I need to requeen it first. They actually look pretty good. Let's see. All right, so this is just foundation, a little bit of comb. Same. I'm gonna start kind of checkerboarding it a little bit. This is an argument for why you should put wax on your frames. But I mean, I just don't like doing it. You see that? That's kind of wonky. Can you see right here? Make sure I don't kind of mash it down a little bit. Make the bees come up here and rebuild it, be able to do it. Yeah. All right, a lot of brood. I don't need to. Oh yeah, a lot of brood. I probably could have just crushed the queen right next to the brood. So I'm trying to give these guys more space without actually like creating or having to go get another box because I don't have it. So if I can kind of expose some of these areas toward the middle of the frame, the middle of the hive, rather than just have like empty frames on the outside expecting them to build out. I'm trying to bring some of those in toward the middle, not in the middle, but like toward the, kind of get them introduced to the outside of the cluster where the cluster may look and go, oh wait, we need to fill that in. And then there's some bees that were right here. Now they're on a frame that I just moved over. They're on the same frame, but that frame is moved over. they're kind of looking around, wondering what they need to do. So they're looking to close in and build more comb between them. Just, I didn't say that right, but you guys know I'm more of a rambler, not much of an educator. That's my thought process. I'll probably feed those guys. I think this was the swarm that I picked up and put them in the box. So it looks like they stayed. These frames I just pulled out, I'm just going to use them for the split if they need to be pulled into a 10 frame box, which I believe they do. And unfortunately, I'm not in the mood to, nor do I have the desire to try to put another Caucasian queen bank. I feel like everybody's got a queen. I can somewhat assume they have a queen. What was going on with this one? Caucasian queen there, super there. I didn't really look in this one because I don't have anything to do. I don't have a bunch of frames to put a super on them. Yep. All right, so let me check this. These guys here. I may take these wooden nuke boxes home, take them to the green apiary, use them there, and start building them, and I can utilize them. I'm gonna kind of just take all those off. All right, let's look at this baby right here. Yep, I see a lot of brood. No, that's not brood. That's just comb. Let's see what we got going on here. This might need some help. I would expect it to be doing better. All right, hold on. All right, make sure there's no queen on the outside. I don't see one. Queen cup. Do I have a queen? There's a queen. So I have a queen. It's a pretty good looking queen. Okay. I'm gonna put her right here. Okay, I got quite a bit of, this is that queen cup. Queen cup. So I don't know if she's not I mean, maybe they swarmed out. There's some, I mean, so we know we have a queen. I don't see a lot of brood though. I'd expect these guys to be packed. Queen cup. I see. She might just be a bad queen. I mean, there's a lot of drone brood. A lot of places to lay. All right. I think I've made my mind. I'm going to put her in. There's some brood in here. A lot of bees, not a ton of bees. There's a queen. The brood pattern doesn't look great. It's just not sheets of brood. It's sparse. A lot of larvae. A lot of spaces to lay on the outside. The queen was here on the outside, but it just looks like I need a new queen. And I think I can move this to a box. I'm gonna put some internal frame feeders and just make it basically a 6-frame, 7-frame box, whatever I can do. Fill it up with feed, come back. They'll have a new queen. They'll have some more space to move. But I'm not confident with that queen. Let me find the bottom first. Wasp nest. Ooh, man. Keep her cool for a minute. All right. Put these right here. Slide these guys out just a little bit. Alright. Now, I want to take a gamble that she's still on the first frame. Yep, she is. Alright. Got her. Alright, sweetheart, I'm so sorry. but we got somebody better. Yep. Let's see how they're kind of responding. I'm going to cut this cup here. So because they have some brood and a decent population, it's not great. They had a queen. I'm fixing to. Yeah, I feel like they're going to like her. They were. Looks like they were looking to replace this queen. There's a lot of brown brood here too, which is not what you want to see. So let me mesh her down into the. I just want y'all to all get along. Alright. But this queen had a lot of places to lay. There's good honey in here as well. And so I feel safe in saying that I can move her to a box that's a little bit bigger. It's not really a 10 frame box I'm putting her in. See, there's a lot of drone right there. I don't particularly like that. There's larvae in there. That's probably all going to be drone. If I had to, I'll just pull this whole super frame out. But there's a lot of bees right here keeping them warm. So I'm going to... Oh, come on. Don't do that to me. Don't fall down. Alright, so it just kind of turned a little bit, and if I squish it without looking at it, it's going to close off the cage. And now none of her guts are there. None of the previous queen. But maybe her pheromones there. I don't know. So anyway, I'm rationing out loud. Okay, this does not mean that, hey, I'm alright. But the point is, there's enough bees in here to keep her fed. She'll get out. She'll have places to lay. There's brood in there that will be hatching. There might be drone, a lot of drone in there, but it's not all drone. More than I'd like to see, and that's probably because that's what I put in there. Like as far as like the type of. And when I did the split, I probably wasn't selective enough. Anyway, I want to add a few more frames, and hopefully these guys will get her out. She'll start laying where she can. The drone will hatch. She'll have other places to lay. Increase the population with appropriate. Make sure there's no queen cup in there. There. With appropriate queen, or with appropriate bees. And I'm only adding a little bit of space I'm going to use. Frame here, so that's 6 frames. I'll dump these bees in here. I'll get some feeders. Fill them up, give these bees a lot to eat, a lot to build, a lot of room to build. If I can find another, I mean, there's plenty, so there's plenty of room to build. But hopefully this queen will come out and she'll get established. This is extra super that I'm bringing. Let me go grab some of those feeders. Let's see. There's a better one out there. Let's go. All right. One. Slide them over here. If I had like a following board, actually I think I have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. You can wax them off. It's good frames right here. I'm gonna need a day where I'm actually like, I'm gonna come clean up. Like, I'm not gonna mess with the bees. I'm just gonna pick up like those boxes. Pick out the frames that I want to try to save, throw all the other trashy frames away. Alright, let's see this one here. Yeah, this is a 2-frame feeder. I think it will fit in that spot better than the 1-frame. Alright, so this is a 2-framer. I don't have the gaskets. Always something, alright. Oh. 3 of them. Like, you just can't take them off this one here and put them over there because they won't fit. Of course, I can do this though. Let me take that. Replace it. Take this whole thing. Alright, so they're going to get 3 gallons. Why 3 gallons? Well, because I have 3-gallon internal feeders. And rather than letting them stay in this box or putting them in a box with too much space, I'm using the feeders as space that doesn't need to be occupied or guarded. And since it's a feeder, I might as well fill it up and be ready to replace them with frames. Because I don't have a whole lot of frames on me. I do got a lot of frames at the house and different parts, but all right. So I'm just making do what I can. All right, putting the earplugs in here. I'll bring my funnel. Nope. Of course I didn't. I think it's gonna be the last thing I do here before cleaning up. See my funnel over here. This is probably going to take everything that I have now. Yeah, I got it. I may have another jug of water over there. Let me go look. Nope. Some water. All right, that's fine. All right. This is just straight post root. It's not being cut by anything. Well, I'm gonna go get, nope, it's not gonna be. It's alright, they'll mix and match how they want. I will put a reducer on this one. Alright, it's not in there perfectly, but it will reduce the amount of space they have to guard at the entrance. It's not the smallest hole. It's, you know, it's hot outside. Alright, I'm gonna come grab a few things and turn you guys off. I just realized I hadn't turned you guys off. All right, let me get over there and turn it off. I bet the sun has basically melted all the recording film in my iPhone. Let me see. Nope. Still there. 1 hour, 17 minutes. All right, guys, look. Not bad, not bad, not bad. I need to get this grass cut. I need to get more super zone. I got extra soup right here. I got 2 bottoms. Got maybe a top or 2. I got some frames I need to haul off, and some I need to take home to freeze. This is honey hefe. Like jalapeno, it's honey with a J. Hefe, Jeff, with 1 F between 2 E's. It's Honey Boss. Check me out online. Give me a like, thumbs up, give me some suggestions on how to be a better beekeeper, how to make better content. I'm open for all that. If you have any questions, let me know. Have a great one. This is my office. And there.